Headline: Unlikely hero emerges after a horror-filled month in the dungeon of the most prolific serial killer in history, saving self and classmate who used to bully her. News report. Tonight, Nancy Johnson recounts her nightmare month at the dungeon of David Grace, serial killer responsible for hundreds of murders, taken with her entire senior class when Grace hijacked their bus. Ms. Johnson was locked in a cage and forced to watch as he would take a classmate out each day and torture them for hours before killing them with a hammer. When police burst in, finding 27 horribly mutilated bodies in various stages of decomposition, Ms. Johnson had already overpowered him and set him on fire, killing him and ending his 4-year terror-filled reign of the news. Police described the methods he used to torture the teenagers uncharacteristically cruel, even for Grace. The only other survivor, Laura Lance, is catatonic and brain damaged from a lobotomy attempt that was cut short by Ms. Johnson overpowering David Grace. Formerly bullied Ms. Johnson credits her faith in God for her will to survive. "There's not much to it, just my faith and going for it when I had the opportunity. Going forward, I hope I can inspire others to do the same. Never give up, no matter what the circumstances." New headline. Where are they now? 10 years after surviving the serial killer ordeal, Nancy Johnson graduates from medical school. New headline. Dr. Nancy Johnson is touring war-torn areas in Africa to help the poor and sick. New headline. Laura Lance dies after 25 years in a catatonic state after barely surviving David Grace's Dungeon of Horrors. Not a headline. No one was there when, with her dying breath, Laura Lance whispered her first sentence in 25 years. She got him the first day. It's 2:35 a.m. I wake up to the baby crying, again. I don't want to wake up. I lay there in my warm, comfortable bed, where I had just moments ago been in a peaceful sleep, hoping that the crying will just stop on its own. Of course it doesn't. I swing my legs out of bed as I sit up, flipping on the lamp, then look toward my bedroom door. I don't want to get up. The crying grows louder, and I run my hands over my face, letting out a tired sigh, then heave myself up from the bed and start toward the door. I don't want to open it. I pull the door open and peer down the dark hall to the nursery through the pitch-black darkness. I hesitate at my door, glancing back at my warm, inviting bed, then back down the hall. I don't want to leave my room, but the baby is wailing now. I step into the hall, my stomach churning with each step I take as I approach the nursery. I place my hand on the knob. I don't want to go in, but I do. I turn the knob and push the door open, keeping my eyes down as I move toward the crib. She's screaming now. I don't want to look. I reach the crib and my eyes find my daughter lying there, her tiny face screwed up as she cries, her tiny arms swinging in agitation. The screaming is so loud now my ears ache from it, and I know my daughters must too. I reach in to lift her from her crib, placing her on my shoulder, and bounce her gently in an effort to calm her. I don't want to look. My stomach is roiling from anxiety, and I shamefully feel the urge to set my daughter down and just leave. But I know I can't. The screaming would never stop. I coo to my sweet daughter, trying in vain to calm her, but I know better. I just don't want to look. I close my eyes, willing the screaming to stop with every fiber of my being, but it doesn't. My daughter's cries mix with it, making my head pound, and my stomach is gripped in an icy dread as I start to turn around, my eyes still clamped shut. Please don't make me look. Ugh, the smell hits me almost as hard as the screams, and my stomach lurches. How I haven't thrown up yet is a mystery to even myself. I tighten my arms around my daughter as I turn to face the screams. My daughter's wails are nearly drowned out by the volume of them. God, I don't want to look. I try to steel myself as I open my eyes, but there's no preparing myself for it. It's just as bad as the night before, as all the nights before. I look. Imagine a man with a modest dream of writing entertaining stories. He has no desire to make money with these stories, nor does he want attention or fame. This man writes these tales for you, the readers. Every single one he posts, he wants at least one person to acknowledge it. He desires for one person to appreciate his effort, just one. Post after post, story after story, with the same goal in mind, to have just one person like his work, to appreciate his creativity and effort. Now imagine, after uncounted hours of effort put into these tales, countless nights writing and outlining and drafting and brainstorming, countless times posting here on this forum, countless times with no appreciation. Imagine this man not receiving any recognition for his effort. Not one single person likes his creations. Those stories that he's put an unimaginable amount of time into perfecting. The never-ending lack of gratitude definitely starts to take its toll. Is it his writing? His lack of creativity? Are the readers just ignorant and condescending? Now, imagine this man is mentally unstable. Imagine this man posted this story specifically. Imagine this man is compulsively looking at who reads this, keeping a vigilant, determined watch. What if this man was so unhinged that all of his effort he used for creating these tales got directed towards something more sinister? This forum is full of dark individuals. Imagine the man writing this just snapped. Wouldn't it be horrifying to know that this vengeful and determined man knows you're reading this? Horrifying.